Welcome, guys. Officially welcome to our Monday Night Team Training, first one of December. I love seeing all your faces, as we know. And today's call is a power call. Val and I just want to hit you with some awesome content. And most of you are actually already going to understand this. And some of you are new and you might not have heard this before. But in this business, when we do team trainings, we like to always find new topics for you guys. But sometimes you actually have to go straight back to the simple stuff. How the business works, what you need to focus on to get the goals you want, and how to just simplify it. Because I know there, and I get feedback from the team, and I'm sure you might feel the same, where sometimes we just get flooded with so much content and what to follow, what to do, what's next, I don't know who to talk to, and it gets so overwhelming. We hit our first goal, we hit our first big goal, and then we kind of stop. And we're just like, oh, I'm just going to shut off for a little bit because I don't know what to do next. I haven't got a plan, but I don't know who to ask. You might not feel like that. I've felt like that before. Give me a show of hands if sometimes you feel like you've hit a goal and then after that you have no direction. Like, oh, what do I do? Oh, look, everyone's hands going up. Great, we can all relate to that. So what I'm going to share, and then Val, you're going to jump on after and elaborate on anything that I've said. But I need to know how to word it now. What I would love for you guys to walk away from this call is knowing how to be the best upline you can be. So not necessarily be the best distributor, be the best communicator and all this stuff, but be the best upline, because most of you on this call are SDVF or above. And those of you who aren't SDVF yet, you're gunning for it. I know that some of you just hit DVF and your eyes on that prize of that SDVF. The minute you become an SDVF, it is literally all about team. It's all about how can you help other people succeed, how you've just succeeded hitting DVF. Because the only way to get to SDVF is by building a team, because then that you can impact more people. So my question is for you, and it may already be a yes, and if it's a strong yes, fantastic. That is amazing. But if it's I'm not quite sure, then this is the homework that you will need to do if you want to be a really good upline. So first of all, do we know how to get to DVF? Most of us do. Most of us come into this business, our sponsors don't even sign us up until we have DVF ready. So yeah, everyone's saying yes in the chat. Fantastic. So we know, I'm actually going to use a whiteboard. I feel like I'm going to be a school teacher today. I prepared it. Just mind the scribble on it. I need to keep that on it. So DVF, I want you to chuck in the chat, first person, what do you need to get to DVF? Points wise for the fast tracking system. To get your $100 bonus, what do you need? Who's going to be the first? Michelle, 1,000 points. Fantastic. So to get to DVF, you know this. And the reason I'm showing you this, to draw this, is you want to be able to draw what I'm drawing right now. Is 1,000 points, right? Which we know is, how many? I've already given away. I've gone into autopilot. 3 premium pack orders, yeah? So we know that. We need 1,000 points to get to, that's the word I was looking for, DVF. I'm just writing all kinds of squiggles up here. 1,000 points to DVF. Now, Tash 3 prem packs, love it. SDVF, next title. First one to pop in the chat. How many points do you need to fast track? Jamie's already on it. Love it. 4,000 points and 1 virtual franchise. Yes. So when we sign up to this business, we want to know how to get to DVF and SDVF straight away, because you've got 40 days to have that burst of momentum where, when the plane takes off, it uses most of its fuel in the takeoff before it cruises. I find that getting to SDVF, so smashing out DVF and SDVF in that first 30 to 40 days, that builds your momentum at the start. So you want your eyes on the prize at SDVF the minute you join. Or if you've joined and you're coming back into the game now, and you're not there yet, SDVF is what you want. And you want to duplicate this. So when you bring in a new team member, you want to teach them DVF, SDVF, 4,000 points, that's correct. So that includes, we know this, that includes your first 1,000 points. So this is how I explain this when I have my starting strong meeting with my brand new franchisee. This is the exact words I say, is when you join this business, you have 40 days to get your first $500 in bonuses. So some of you will be like, what are you talking about? Those of you who know the plan inside out know where I'm going with this. First 40 days, $500. You need 4,000 points to get there. Now, when you get your first 1,000, the company gives you the $100 bonus, right? And then all you need is, I'm just going to draw it up this way. You might draw it up differently. All you need is plus 3,000 equals SDF, because that 4,000 already includes 1,000. And the reason I say it like this is some people I have chatted to in the past, they see 1,000 then 4,000. When I say, look, you get 40 days to do your first 4,000 points, and your first 1,000 actually gets you to that first, what I like to call first step promotion before the big SDVF one. Show of hands if that makes sense. This is just my verbiage of how I do it. Yeah, and so it breaks it down. So in total, that's 4,000 points. Now we know you need at least one teamie to help you, right? And I usually say you need one teamie, and you can, divide it, break it up, however you want to say it. As long as you guys get the same amount, enough points to get to your 4,000, you just share your points with your teamies, and by you helping them gets you to that promotion. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. I just want you to understand how that works and what you need to know to get to that level, which is all in the starter guide, which I'll touch on as well. Now, getting to after SDVF, right? Oh, not my good hand. I'm not raising my good hand. After SDVF is SC. Now, some of you, we aim for SDVF, and as I said, I get my teamies who I bring on to look at the first two promotions, DVF and SDVF. Focus, focus, focus. Don't even think NMD. Just get this first 40 days to smash out this, and then we look on further. What comes after SDVF? First person to chuck it in the chat. What's the next promotion, and what do you need? Let's go. This is a test for you guys. Who's the first person to chuck it in? I want to get you interactive. Yes, SC, SC. What else do we need? Does anyone know what we need to get to SC? I know it, but this is a test for you. Jess, 12,000 points. Yes. All right, what else? 2 SDVF. Thank you, Michelle. Do you need SDVF? And you might have seen this, you might know it, but I'm going over this because technically, unless you're driving right now, every single one of you should be able to pop in the chat what you need. And if you don't know it, that's your homework. Learn this stuff. SDVF, SDVF, and DVF. Now we need 12,000 points. And that is from the day you sign up. So you've already done your first 4,000 points when you got yourself to SDVF. Then what's 12,000 take 4,000? Only 8,000 points to go. Now, if you build 2 SDVFs, that's 4,000 points each that you get the points. So once you hit SDVF, then no, okay, I need to just literally duplicate what I just did with two people, and then the DVF on the end there. And usually you do your SDVF first, and then by the time you get your third teamie, even though you're building them to SDVF, you hit DVF and you check off your promotion. And Val said it's approximately 30 prem packs, which is made up of 2 SDVF. So you split it all amongst the team. So the reason I'm saying this, and you know that there's bonuses you can pick up, I'm not going to go over them, but I want you to know this off by heart, because this is what I had to learn. This is what got taught to me. And I'm like, okay, I need to know exactly what's required so I can be the best upline, because I don't want to sign up. Sorry, I'm like, let me turn my fan on. It's like really hot. I don't want to sign up a teamie, help them to DVF, help them to SDVF, then let them fly too early and push them off the cliff and hopefully they fly, or whatever the saying is. Because if they don't understand that they need to duplicate what they've just done, they're never going to get to SC. So know what you need to get there. SC gives you more time. Now, if you don't know, and if this is still confusing, both Val and I, if you're in Team Fearless or Team Coconuts, or if you're in any other team, we all have our own branded starter guide. And it literally maps out with pictures, with numbers, little drawings, with color, how to get what you need for each level, how to get there. So you want this printed out, you want it stuck on your wall in your office, or have a picture of it take a photo and have it on your phone, so you could draw it with your eyes closed and know exactly what was needed. Or if I just quickly called you up and said, I really need your help, how do you get, or if your downline calls you up and says, what's next, you know exactly what to say. So it's just really, really important. Like, I don't think I can stress it enough that you need to know what comes next so you can be the best upline for your franchisees. Now, another thing, before I hand it over to Val, what I want to touch on is we have all heard of qualifying. And this is where we start to get confused, because in our starter guides, we map out your steps to your promotions from your DVF to NMD. It's all mapped out. But then there's this thing called qualifying that comes in once you're in SDVF. It's kind of locked away in a separate cupboard. And if you've watched the qualifying video that I've done on Team Coconut's YouTube channel, it's open for every team member to find. It's the most recent one of how to qualify your business. I explain how qualifying is separate. You need to know how to work out qualifying. So one, you can qualify yourself, and two, you can teach your new SDVFs, because you're building to SC, right? Or you've got a team you want to help build to SC. They've just brought on brand new SDVFs. Woohoo, amazing, congratulations, right? What's next? You've got to hit your qualifying, and then you've got to know what's next for the next promotion. So I just dumped you with a load of info that I personally believe you need to know if you want to be successful in this. And if any of that you're not clear on, homework, 100% homework. So, oh yeah, I'm not talking about slow track, Tash, that's all good. I was on a roll and I blanked now, so Val, I think that's where I handball it to you. And you can wrap up what I've said. Oh, I got to unmute you, don't I?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay? Awesome. Okay, guys, I'm just going to quickly share my screen, and I'm just going to show exactly what Kim was talking about, because it's a really good foundation to show you about the SC. So give me two little shakes here. I'm going to give you two shakes. Okay, so can everyone see this okay? The SC? Yep, good. I hope that Kim, can you see it? Yep. So guys, this is exactly what Kim was saying here. Your first 90 days. Look what's on here. You know, 1,100, actually I think it could be close to 900 in bonuses. But it shows you here exactly what Kim said, the DVF, you and 3 Prem packs. Why? Because you pick up the $100 bonus and the 4% commission. SDVF, $400 bonus and 9% commission. Show 3 people. Show 3 people the business. They have their own order and they put on 2. So a 1 VF plus 2 PCs, which is their order. You know, they're going to have their own order and 2 other customers. You've got 3 team members on here. You help 2 team members go direct down to SDVF. Okay, and that's where you're going to get that SC bonus of $600 bonus plus all the other sponsors bonus. And that's how we got the whole 30 premium packs in total. Plus you need structure. So keep it really, really simple, guys. You know, I don't think there's any need to overcomplicate things. You know, it's really knowing that when you are working this business, the company pays 14%. The company pays 14%. If you're at the 4%, you get your 4. If you're at the 9, you get your 9, and the rest gets rolled up, or you get the 14%. But no matter what, I can sit here and I can inspire you guys and talk about this and that. But at the end of the day, the most common thread that I hear through coaching calls and training is people are distracted. I've got to be honest. And why is that? I would definitely say that you're not clear on your vision. You're not working towards anything. You're just kind of staring in the dark each month and thinking, I hope I'll qualify, I hope I'll qualify, I hope I'll qualify. I'm hoping I'll put on customers. I hope I'll do this. So number one, really know what is your intention for the business that month. Is it to put on 5 customers? Is it 10 customers? Is it to bring on 2 new team? Know what you're working towards. You know what? And not just be clear about it, but have clarity around that. I bet if each and every one of you knew exactly what you're going to lose if you didn't qualify, man, you would never let it happen again. And to elaborate exactly what Kim's talking, what is qualifying? Qualifying is the credit card charges, okay, which is the installment charges that go through your business you and your downline. To pick up 4% commission on in your entire downline, so from you down, you've got to qualify yourself. So when you qualify your business yourself, that unlocks an extra 4% on each and every one of your team, which is really cool. Like Kim said, there's a YouTube. So if you don't qualify, you're just picking up your retail sales profit on your own customer base. So, if you're really working towards, building that up, every 20,000 pay line you have, you're giving yourself $1,000 pay increase every month. So you really want to start looking. I'm probably talking to those high performance people on the call right now. It's like, where do you want to be for conference for next year in June? What income would you love to be earning? What's going to make a difference? And really step into that goal. So, making sure you're not getting distracted, knowing exactly what you have to do every single month. Great. Tash, you're going to be queued for on stage next month. We need, 100,000 pay line. You want 4 months of 25,000 pay line going through your business. So if I go 25,000 divided by 92, which is a credit card installment, it gives you what you need, approximately 271 premium pack orders going through your business every month. And for some of you on the call, you might think, whoa, but it's not just you. You think, well, an SC leg, okay, a beautiful SC leg is worth 30. You've got a few different SC legs, a few DVFs here, a few SDVFs. That's going to come up really beautiful. So it's so important to know where you're working towards. Don't get distracted. Know exactly where you're going and think, well, is this going to happen if I only talk to one person a day? So know exactly where you're going, crystal clear. You're the absolute amazing driver of your business, and you get to move forward and bring an amazing team with you. Kim, I'll pass it over to you, honey.
Awesome. Thanks, babe. So guys, we have thrown, I'll let you mute yourself. We have thrown a lot of information at you, numbers, vision of what's possible, how to break it down. And over time, this stuff is going to make sense, but make it your priority along with your high paying activities. The only way you get paid in this business is by actually networking and getting customers and team right. But no, do your homework. It's like going to university or doing an apprenticeship where you have to or TAFE course or a course online before you start practicing being whatever you're getting qualified in. You've got to learn the ins and outs. You've got to do the paperwork, right? So our paperwork will take you literally like half an hour to learn inside out how to get to DVF, how to get to SDVF. Duplicate that, gets you to SCs. Do that 5 times, that's your NMD structure. Yes, it doesn't happen overnight. Yes, it does take time to do, and that's why this business is so amazing. Because if you did NMD overnight, the business will crash within the next few weeks after that anyway, because there's no sustainability. You can't get rich quick without high risk and potential of losing everything anyway. You've got to put the time in. So that's how you see people build to NMD, because they're not just wishing and hoping once they sign someone up that they hopefully read the documents that are out there floating around, and then maybe step up to the plate. You can't do that. Be responsible. And it's not about managing and being someone's boss. It's when you started, how much help did you get? If you didn't get enough help, what help would you have wanted? Give that help on. Pay that forward. If you know you've got the absolute best support, duplicate it. You've already experienced it. So I know when it comes to the starter guides, and always bringing it back to that, because I use them all the time, and I know for a fact not everyone in the team, whether it's Coconuts, Fearless, whoever it is, don't use them. And then what happens is they'll get to SDVF, and I might reach down 4 generations down to a teamie who their upline might not be as active, which is fine. But if only they just duplicated the starter guide. But if they were given the starter guide, which I'm pretty sure in all team pages, it's the pinned post or in the file section, it will map out word for word. Go and find it, because I have had team, I'm going to be honest, in the past over the last 4 years, that they've never grown because they never know what to do, but then they never reached out. But I never reached down to them to check in either, just to make sure. And then so it's a reflection on both sides. But do you want to be that person that just wishes and hopes that your team is going to grow? Or are you going to set the foundation and make sure everyone knows you can't do the business for people, but you want to know, I'm going to use the example because the beautiful Jamie and Annie, who just hit their promotions, they're on the call. Annie's SSC now. It's incredible, stepping into full leadership. And I'm like, all right, babe, I'm going to teach you how to be a leader. This is what I would do. And Annie's gone and duplicated that. I was like, all right, Jamie is now going for SCVF. So Annie needs to make sure Jamie knows exactly how they did that. And Annie went today and booked in a Zoom with Jamie, and they did, probably only took half an hour, maybe an hour max, if, we talk lots, so usually goes for longer. And now Jamie just hit DVF in like 4 days and ready to smash out the next lot for SCVF, knows exactly what she needs. That is leadership. That is being a good upline, and that is duplicating. And then Jamie now is going to know what to do. And then when she brings on team, she's going to do the exact same thing. So I'm not saying anyone's not doing it or doing it something wrong. Just that's what we do as NMDs. And I want to use us as examples because we all want to be an NMD. That's why we join this business, because NMD either brings in an income that we want, or it brings in a title or a significance that we're going for, or we know it's going to allow us to live our best life and have that freedom. So if you want to get there, start learning what it takes to be at that level, and you will naturally grow to be an NMD. The team will start growing because you're doing the work required. Does that make sense? I'm just going to chuck it on gallery view. Give me a hands up, because most of the time I never make sense. I just wing it. Fantastic. Absolutely love it. Great. So I don't want to rattle your brains with too much more, and we will wrap it up soon. Does anyone have any questions on that? I don't even care if you're brand new and you may not have heard yet what your next promotion is or what your next goal is. Ask it right now to clarify, because if you guys do have a question, maybe this is an eye-opener for everyone else to say, do you have team who are asking the same questions? Do you need to check in with them? Are you following the starter guides? And I'll give you time to chat. And I do want to say, on your resource section of your virtual office, there's a whole section of documents that's about the business. There's how they've mapped out what you need for each level. What is incredible is your teams, whatever team you're a part of, your team leader has gone away and paid someone, a graphic designer, to actually design something that looks a bit more funky than the generic virtual office stuff, and to make it look pretty and make it flow more. Use them. Lots of money was spent, or lots of time was spent making them. I know for a fact in Team Coconuts, there's a summarized version, a one-pager, and there's also like a 10-page document that spells out everything like a story for those people who need it explained. I know Val has awesome documents. I know Abby, Team Believe, does. I don't know if anyone's Team Pineapple's on here. I know they do as well. So there's just lots out there. Use it. Do you want to add anything, Kim Valsky, before we wrap it up? Because there's no questions.
Yeah, I honestly, Kimmy, that was awesome information. I think just really knowing the numbers, and and if I can be obviously completely transparent with you guys, that was my downfall when I first started. I had no idea what I was working towards. I was just sharing. There was no social media. I was just, talking to people. But I didn't really know what I was working towards. And it made it really easy to give up on a bad day. It made it really easy to give up on a bad day because I had nothing to work towards. I had no clarity. I didn't know that it was about serving others. I was just looking for the quick sale. And honestly, guys, that's probably my biggest regret, is that I didn't get onto it soon enough. It took me 6 months to really understand that I had to have a vision on this business. And if you're sitting on this call right now and maybe you don't have a vision, and that's okay. It's really okay if you don't, because speak to your sponsor or your upline NMD, but know crystal clear and clarity why you do what you do. Because I'm going to be honest, if you don't, it actually won't be a priority. It'll be just one of those things that's just like maybe a bad boyfriend or bad girlfriend that just kind of hangs around like a bad smell, I've got to be honest. And they just like, it's just there. It's just like lingering around. But if you are on purpose and you know exactly what you want to do, it's going to bring that husband home. It's going to stop him with FIFO, whatever it might be. If you are so crystal clear and have clarity, nothing will get in your way. And Tash, you will be that Q1 stage next year, and I have no doubt. And if you are so clear, nothing will get in your way. Someone will say no, you'll be like, that's okay, not now. Okay, we won't get upset and cry over spilt milk. So, Kim, if I could just say, guys, get crystal clear, know the result, know how you want your business to end every month. Because let's face it, when there's that financial fear and we don't have enough income and it doesn't provide enough choices for our family, it's not a nice place to be in. We've all been there. You have the power to draw that line in the sand, step into it, know what you're doing, and move forward. And honestly, have the most amazing month in December, because there's going to be a lot of people needing this product. Over to you.
Oh, awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Great. All right, just to wrap up, I have 2 questions and we need some interaction. And I just had a look at whose video is on. Obviously, if your video is not on, I'm assuming that you are naked or driving because you're not watching the screen. So this is a massive thing as well. We don't notice you in this business unless you're on team training or actively working and asking for our help. Right? So I want to know who's active right now in this team training, or did you just chuck it on and play it in the background? Everyone who can type, unless you're driving or maybe in the bath or shower, please, love it, love it. Please chuck in the chat. Right, I want everyone to answer. What do you need to get to SDVF, and how long do you have to get it? Off we go. Who was listening? Who was paying attention? Who knows it inside and out so quickly that it autopilot types before you've even thought of it? We've got Michelle, Tab, Crystal, Jess, Sammy, Lauren. Woohoo! Pauline, Jade, Karis, Jamie, Lee, Annie. I love how Michelle writes lots of consistency, and all I see is Michelle's names are very consistent in your posting here too. Rebecca, Crystal, good, fantastic. And those of you who couldn't type, I'm going to hope that your thumbs are broken or you're driving. I say that out of love, guys. I do love you. Good. Know this. Make sure your teams know it. Work hard to get that. Duplicate it, and know once SDVF is hit, teach them how to qualify. Qualifying can get confusing if you're not a numbers person. So start early. Start feeding that through the brain, watching the videos, and then map out SC. Second question, now I'm not asking you to answer it right now. This is for you. If you're sitting there from what Val's saying that you don't quite know your vision, and this is what I actually did this with a teamie the other day, and it was really good too, because you might say to me, Kim, I don't know my life. I don't have a vision. So this is what I would ask you. Where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? Write this question down and I want you to answer it. We're running out of time, so I don't really do it now. But please, if you're serious about this, write this down. This will help you map out your vision, your why, right now. So in the next 3 to 5 years, where do you see yourself? If you have a clear-cut, crystal, whatever the saying is, answer, fantastic. If you're humming and hawing, or write it down. So write it down in your books. And the reason I'm getting you to do this is my teamie was saying she's been in the business about 10 months. I said, where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? And she is so committed to this business. Working part-time and hopefully starting a family. And I was like, babe, that's the whole reason why you're not motivated right now. 3 to 5 years time, you could be an NMD. Why would you want to be working part-time? Like, it's the truth bombs. Truth bombs right there. If you're right now 3 to 5 years and you are serious about making this business work for you, because it can, your promotions are guaranteed if you tick off the requirements. It's there. 3 to 5 years is NMD. What does NMD look like to you, right? Have that down. So if you've got the dream, but you're too afraid to even, or you don't believe you can even do that in 3 to 5 years, that's your first moment where That's why you might not be moving as fast as you're not. You might have it clean cut, and that's incredible. And all right, Jamie, I want to pay out all my debts and be financially free. Babe, you can do that in 6 months. We can do that. So if it's not a clean crystal answer of what does your life look like in the next 3 to 5 years, be specific. Like, what do you want it to look like? Not what you think might be possible. As in, I want to earn $10,000 a month. I want to live. I want to buy my first house. Or I want to travel and get paid to do it. I want to have a family where both myself and my partner can be stay-at-home parents for the first 3 to 5 months or forever, right? If you don't believe that's possible right now, if I ask you that and you're just like, no, it's going to take longer, then you're not going to get NMD in 3 to 5 years. It's that simple. You've got to have that vision. So then I go back to ask you, I've tangented a little bit, so I hope you're following. Okay, right now, why did you give your upline your details to join the business? It's not the wishy-washy, I want financial freedom and all this stuff. Yes, we all do, but everyone wants financial freedom. It's different to everyone. Why in that moment did you sign up? Me, I could earn $61 back on my order, and my best friend wanted a Prem Pack too. $120 in a month. To me, huge. Paid for my product in that month. That's how specific it was. And I knew that people were earning more than that. So I knew it was possible. So why did you sign the dotted line however many months ago? And you can pop it in the chat. That's fantastic. But I want you to write this down for yourself. It's not for me, it's for yourself. Secondly, in the time since you've started and now, no matter how fast / slow, you may not, whatever speed, I should say, no one's ever slow. People are just faster than others. That's it. In the time you signed up to the time now, in that speed, whatever speed you got to where you are, what has the business done for you? Not the product. Product's great. Product helps everyone. That's your product story. So what has the business done for you? And you know what? I'm going to be really honest, because this was me for the first 18 months before I hit SSC. This is a back burner thing on the side. I know I'm going over time, guys, but this is important. And at the time, it literally helped me pay for things, even though I was still struggling financially. It just alleviated it. It did allow me to see that I could travel and take time off and afford it in that time, those little things. So sometimes we forget, we don't know where we're going, and we forget what we've already done because we put so much pressure on ourselves. So I'm loving all that, guys. So just to cap off, if you can't answer crystal clear what you want in the next 3 to 5 years, then go back. Why did I start? Or just do it anyway. Why did I sign the dotted line at that time? How was I feeling? How was my living situation? How was my emotions around money? Till now, whether you're 1 month, 1 day, things happen in 1 day. You come on team training, you've learned something, right? For 10 years. No one's at 10 years yet, but do you know what I mean? 3 years, 4 years. What has it done? Because then you will see the change that it has to show you that there's more change to come. So that really, really, really helps. And if it doesn't help you, let me know and we can chat. So I'll just finish the recording there.